There are 42 million people in this country that need food stamps on a weekly basis. And we're saying people deliberately instead of Americans, because most of the people that are on food stamps aren't even from this country. 45% of Afghanistan immigrants are on food stamps. 42% of Somali immigrants, 34% of every immigrant from Iraq, 23% of Haitians, 59% of all illegal aliens are collecting food stamps, meaning that most of the people getting food stamps from the U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer are not even Americans. Think about that. And we didn't know about any of this before the government shutdown started, but thanks to Democrats, we can confirm tonight that millions of Joe Biden illegal aliens, people who crossed the border when Joe was president, are now collecting food stamps from a program funded by hardworking American taxpayers.
First, let me say that I recognize that most of the people on food stamps are American citizens. With that being said, this is a problem because we cannot continue to import people into our country that we have to pay for. And look, I recognize that this group of people represents a small percentage of the people who are actually on food stamps. But when 45% of a group is on food stamps, maybe they don't belong here, right? Because Afghani immigrants, 45% of them are on food stamps. Somali, 42%. Iraqi, 34%. Dominican, 34%. Caribbean, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Black, Arab, Cambodian, Haitian. Like, we can keep going through this whole list. But this is not a viable long-term solution. We can't say, hey, come to America and we'll pay for you. That you can't survive as a nation doing that. And like I said, I'm not going to get drawn into some stupid fucking argument about, oh my God, it's mostly white people on food stamps. Yeah, well, our country is 60% white. So if it wasn't mostly white people on food stamps, that would blow my fucking mind. But we just have to be honest that we have to stop letting people come into this country who just want us to pay for them. This has to be fixed.
Well, now that SNAP and EBT ran out, this one's going to blow your mind because migrants in New York City were getting more food money per day than actual American citizens. And yeah, that was actually a thing. The average American on SNAP and EBT gets about $7.59 per person per day to buy food. But the city of New York was handing out prepaid food debit cards to recently arrived migrants, many of whom were here without legal status, worth about $12.52 per person per day. That means migrants in New York City shelters were receiving 65% more in daily food benefits than American families, trying to get by in the exact same city. And here's the part nobody talks about. That $12.52 isn't even a federal program. It's not SNAP, it's not EBT, it's paid for by the New York City taxpayers. The city doesn't even give an extra food card for struggling citizens, to seniors on fixed incomes, to homeless veterans sleeping on the same streets, but show up yesterday without documentation and you're prioritized. This isn't about compassion, it's about political choices. And those choices are telling you exactly where American citizens land on the priority list, which is dead last. Do you think this is a right move by New York City to give more money to illegal aliens than it is to actual Americans?